Who could that be? Who could that be? What aggressive behavior? It's trying to steal my attention by force. Does it remind you of anything, Evie?
The Joshua case.
Exactly. A repressive, guilt-inducing figure. Always watching and laughing at him. You said this memory was connected to the school episode, right?
Yes.
Her father, maybe. Or someone truly following her. I guess we'll have to find out. Who could that be? Who could that be? Who could that be? A lot of detail there. Whoever's behind that mask must be important. These masks won't let me pass.
They seem to be subjective entities. They shouldn't block in the objective state.
Looks like different moments of her life.
Yes, and one of these moments seems to be incomplete. It is connected to the other memory found along with this one.
Interesting. These masks again? Could they be looking at her?
They are subjective entities as well, but passive. You should be able to influence their behavior.
She's putting on a mask. Could she be holding hands with Martha? It looks like that moment at the school. But she's alone.
This moment is from the same time of the other newly found memory in her lifeline. It could be the one that is incomplete.
Interesting. Looks like Joanna and her mother, maybe?
Searching.
Evie, please match this data to this spot. Interpret it as Joanna's teacher. It looks like that moment at the school. It looks like that moment at the school. These masks again? Could they be looking at her?
They are subjective entities as well, but passive. You should be able to influence their behavior.
These masks again? Could they be looking at her?
They are subjective entities as well, but passive. You should be able to influence their behavior.
These masks again? Could they be looking at her?
They are subjective entities as well, but passive. You should be able to influence their behavior.
Her surroundings are glitching, but not her. I guess that's a good thing. I wonder how they affect the place. She doesn't mind. Joanna and her mother, their surroundings are glitching, but not them. Maybe it's because that mask can't see her now. Her mother is blocking it. She doesn't glitch when the masks look at her. Maybe she wasn't affected by them at this age. Not yet. Her surroundings are glitching, but not her. I guess that's a good thing. You're here, and Martha isn't, unlike the time where Joanna is mocking the masks. It stopped glitching. The data is useful again. The data makes the glitch less aggressive. It seems to affect the mask. Interesting. This thing should stay in the masks. This shouldn't happen in the objective state. We'll have to learn to dodge those psychoactive drugs, Evie, eventually. Another one. Same behavior. See anything. Isn't there any information here?
There is a percentage that passed through the filters. There could be something.
This shouldn't happen in the objective state. Three of them. This shouldn't happen in the objective state. This shouldn't happen in the objective state. This shouldn't happen in the objective state.
Processing. The data seems to be connected with different elements that are close together, but I can't pinpoint their location. Some of these elements seem to not share the same state. Reminder: if needed, I can recall for you any discovered raw data left inside a memory. Option is on the control panel.
Same mask, same pattern. Whatever that thing is, it's active in the objective state, and it's adding information.
Yes, unexpected behavior.
How is it passing the filters?
I can't understand or read its behavior properly. The readings are extremely chaotic.
This is beautiful. The subjective experience adding what's missing in the objective realm. It could even help me reveal more of the memory.
The two subjective entities are trying to nullify each other, and they will eventually.
A creature passed through. That creature jumped right over whoever that is. It should be adding objective information now. It looks beaten, but it passed through anyway. That creature jumped right over whoever that is. It should be adding objective information now. That creature jumped right over whoever that is. It should be adding objective information now. That creature jumped right over whoever that is. It should be adding objective information now.
This feature is designed to recall unresolved raw by the user, but raw data needs to be discovered first. This feature is designed to recall unresolved raw data that was lost by the user, but raw data needs to be discovered first. This feature is designed to recall unresolved raw data that was lost by the user, but raw data needs to be discovered first.
That creature jumped right over whoever that is. It should be adding objective information now. That creature jumped right over whoever that is. It should be adding objective information now. That creature jumped right over whoever that is. It should be adding objective information now. Now the painting's complete. That creature jumped right over whoever that is. It should be adding objective information now. That creature jumped right over whoever that is. It should be adding objective information now. That's probably Joanna on the left. She's talking with someone. I can't see her face well, but the mask is very clear now.
There are several layers of information superimposed. Try to look at the scene from another angle.
creature jumped right over whoever that is. It should be adding objective information now. Is that my lab?
Could be.
It doesn't make any sense. It's the objective state, for God's sakes. Errors like this screw up any objectivity in here. We'll have to start. Wait. The entity is moving. Where are you going now? The entity is below them. Maybe the objective state has more information now. Evie, it seems the detail is lower than in the subjective state. Do you know if there's a reason for this?
Much of the data is being filtered to the subjective state, but there are no errors in the filtering process. There could be a number of reasons for...
I won't do it again.
It's not a big deal, Alex. You promised.
Let's do it here.
I can't believe you're doing this. Just use the mask. Nobody will see you.
Fine. But it's the last time.
So if this is true, it means that you were the one down in that room, Alex. Whatever you did, you weren't very happy about it. Let's see how Alex reacts to this. There's a good chance to check out how reliable the objective state is. Upload is ready. We're so close. Scanning and reconstructing in real time. The final problem is head movement. Everything's too invasive.
Hello? Russell, right?
Yes, who is this?
I'm Richard. Nice to meet you.
Richard. Nice to meet you too.
Hey, I really like that podcast. We have similar views.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get to the point. You're in trouble. We both are. Okay? I need to show you some stuff here, and I need you to tell me what you found. Come meet me. Just don't talk to anyone in the meantime. It's for your sake, okay?
Wait a second. Care to explain? I'm not...
They know the TSB has you. And they know the hardware you have. So think about it. The moment you signed with the TSB, you were on their radar, actually. They wanted to find out if you could really find evidence through your machine. So they got the details of your project somehow.
Wait. How?
I don't know. If they can't just hack you, they'll resort to some colleague, friend, relative. They always find an angle. They can be very persuasive. Listen, you have bigger problems right now. The TSB is no different. There's work to be done. Just come meet me. We shouldn't talk over the phone. I'm sending you an address. Wait. I'll call you back.
Hello?
I know you almost killed her at that club. There are many journalists out there. You should let me in. Tom?
Hey, Russell, any news? I'm under a bit of pressure over here. I trust you, but my superiors don't. You really need to give them something.
I have leverage on Alex. I'm about to speak to him.
What leverage?
It's personal. I can't say more.
Russell, you do know that you have to tell me, right?
It's a long story. I found out that Joanna almost lost her life in an underground BDSM club, and Alex was involved. Unwillingly, it seems.
I guess we can use this. What else can you expect from these corporate pigs? Okay, use it, and call me right back.
Jesus, man, don't talk about that shit out there. What the hell do you want?
I just need to ask you some questions about Joanna, and I'll be out of your way.
And how... What do you know exactly?
I know enough, but listen, I don't care about what you two did or didn't do. I'm not here because I want to. I was dragged into this case, and as soon as I have some answers, I'll leave you alone. I promise.
Well, I was dragged into it too, you know. I don't know anything about Joanna's job. And that's all they care about. They don't believe me, but I really don't know anything.
Well, if we don't do this, they won't believe me either. I just need some information, okay?
All right. You seem to be a decent guy. Just ask me what you want to know and leave me alone, all right? I'll do my best.
What can you tell me about Richard?
Richard. Just another guy that wanted her. Joanna didn't care much about him. I had a feeling she was just using him. He used to work with her, I think, at Go AT.
Do you know where I could find him?
I think I have his address somewhere. Wait. Here, it's on the fucking fridge. Just take it.
Thanks. What can you tell me about her work at Go AT?
Not much, really. I'm just a personal trainer. She didn't think I had to know much. Besides, she was under these crazy NDA things, like super strict. If you ask me, though, she liked her job. At least before last month.
Did she ever tell you about a dream she started having about a month ago?
A dream? How do you even know these things?
Just answer.
She did tell me something. She had a dream. She couldn't say if it was a nightmare, but that it was repetitive. I think she was obsessed about a work thing.
A work thing?
Yeah, she didn't tell me much, but she seemed excited about it. But then she got worried about it, especially in her last weeks.
Did she ever talk about a sister?
Jeez, more private stuff. All right, the one time I talked to her about kids, she opened up a bit. Told me she once had a little sister, that she died in an accident. I think she blamed her mother somehow, and it was clear to me that was the end of that conversation.
Can you tell me anything about her father?
Never knew him much. It was a delicate subject for her, actually. I don't think she ever really opened up about him.
Did she ever say anything bad about him?
She would sometimes talk trash about him, like shit about him being superficial or stupid, but nothing serious, I thought. Other times, however, she did want to share things with him. They almost never talked, but I do remember that when she got the apartment, she called him to tell him about it and sent him pictures, which was kind of surprising for me. I don't know. Weird relationship, to be honest.
Do you really think she committed suicide?
Absolutely. I mean, before her last weeks, it was hard to imagine, but after her father got sick, she changed. Felt like I didn't know her anymore.
Her father got sick?
Yeah, they never really talked, but when she found out, she was furious and then depressed, probably. A few days later, she kicked me out.
Was this before or after that club episode?
Just before. I think that's part of the reason she, well, you know.
These sexual preferences, when did they start?
Well, wait, how is this important? Show some respect for her, all right?
I know you didn't want any of it. I need to know her story to clear your name.
Clearing of what? It was an accident, that's all I'll say about it. And no, I didn't like it.
I need to know more details. I'm afraid it's the only option.
Yeah? Well, I think I've had enough. So, go sue me, old man. I didn't do shit. I have nothing more to say, man. I need some time now.
Dad. Hi.
Hi, Laura. Everything all right?
Yeah, and no. I know it'll disappoint you a bit, but I messed up. Besides my fight with Chris, my independent adventure didn't really work out. I need money, Dad.
You can stay at home. What do you need cash for?
Really long story. Remember I told you about that job?
Yeah?
Well, on one hand, I thought more of it than what it ended up being. And I'm embarrassed to say, I've spent a bit more than what I should have. It's nothing to be too concerned about, but I also need to move around while I find a job.
I see, Laura. No worries.
Thanks. So you will help me?
All right. I'll give you something to move around, and you can stay at home as long as you need. But no extras. You need to find a job, Laura.
Of course, Dad. That's all I need. Thank you. Will I see you tonight?
I think so. But I'm not sure when I'll be done here.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye, Laura.
Bye.
Hello? Hello, this is Russell. Who is this? This view is familiar. This view is familiar. Let's find out who you are, Richard.
Today we have joining us Eric Lawson, whose actions and those of his company we have discussed several times here.
Thank you, Mr. Long. I hope we can find some common ground here today.
I see in my files here that you have a PhD. People come
When I get back on campus, are you expecting honorifics, Your Honor?
Not at all. Just trying to understand how you think. After all, I have had several questions, both from listeners and from myself, regarding some of your projects and how you've lobbied my office and
Richard's car, I guess.
Not every instance. Isn't that right? We've had some big projects together, like the Fiber Everywhere project. Remember?
Sharing resources with the public is something I will always support. Our citizens have a right to all the tools needed for a modern life, and that starts with a connection to the net.
See, the projects we push forward are built on the idea of giving more.
Yeah, and more problems, too. Our streets are congested to high heaven thanks to the new mega buildings in town. Around the clock to cover the city needs. And don't get me started on the sewers.
Every single one of those issues sounds like more jobs created, more cash flowing, and more possibilities for the entrepreneurs right here in town.
No. You took the jobs, automated what you could, and replaced the rest with what you needed instead of what we had. And waste? Tons and tons of waste. Your precious methods have left our water resources diminished, our sewers more contaminated than ever, and our landfills bursting at the seams. You have brought us exactly what...
Empty. No sign of the dog.
You have me pegged as responsible for everything that has gone wrong in the past 50-something years, but I doubt I'll convince you that I'm not. Even though I wasn't even born yet.
Hello?
Which reminds me, I looked into your personal history. Aren't you using a set of
I left the
UHMW
door
cardiac
open.
implants and stents? Without modern technology, you would be dead.
Being saved by something does not mean being blind
I read
to
this
its
book.
faults, Doctor.
It's about
Even
AI in the
NASA
future.
knows not to
This
go
graph
crazy,
became quite popular
developing
back then.
tech without
What's under the
taking
water is what
precautions.
AI
The
already
whole
does.
reason they created
And
the
what's
TRL
above
scale.
is what it may conquer.
But it also means it takes them 5 to 10 years.
It's the same
to begin
dog from
working on
Joanna's
something that
dream.
we need now.
And that must be
Necessity is
Richard.
what drives technological innovation.
Look, I'd give more credit to this idea if our necessity wasn't driven by marketing campaigns.
Okay. Let's look at this from another angle. We know we have everything we need for a better, fairer society, right? Our technological advancement has given us the food, the space, the energy.
Seems like a homemade setup. It's the same boiler as in that dream. It must mean something. They look just like my servers. Richard. Shit. I need to be careful. They destroyed his brain. Quite a unique neural network design. What was he up to? They destroyed his brain. That dream, it had a unique place. I can't leave here empty-handed. That dream, it had a unique place. I can't leave here empty-handed. This view is familiar. Empty. No sign of the dog. It's the same boiler as in that dream. It must mean something. He must have been working a lot before they killed him. Its hard drive was pulled out. So he sent me that letter. What for? They look just like my servers. They destroyed his brain. Richard's car, I guess. That dream, it had a unique place. I can't leave here empty-handed. It's the same dog from Joanna's dream, and that must be Richard. Seems like a homemade setup. Shit. It's the same boiler as in that dream. It must mean something. I remember this from that dream. Interesting piece of hardware. I should get Evie to analyze this. Good thing they didn't find it. detective took Joanna's laptop. Of course. I could warn Tom about this.
Russell, what is it?
Tom, I found quite an interesting scene. This man, Richard, Joanna was visiting him. He was murdered.
Wait, what? Where?
I can send you the address. I'm here right now, and that's not all. I also found pictures of Stan, your detective. He seems to be taking the laptop outside of the apartment.
What? Stan Becker?
That's right.
Shit! Fuck! It makes fucking sense. Russell, send me the address right now and get the hell out of there. Keep your eyes open and be careful. I'll call you back.
Dad?
What happened?
Someone broke in the house.
Laura, just don't do anything. I'll be right there.
Thanks. I'm scared.
Sit tight. I'm on my way. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. They've taken my notes. Laura, are you okay?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I saw that mask in Joanna's memories. Is it yours?
No. Yes. It's complicated. She had this way, you know? I just played along. The mask was... They're like tickets to certain parties. It was just a fantasy for me. They wanted to know about you, Dad. I just gave her some of your stuff to keep her happy.
Who's her?
Really? Oh my god. I never pictured this. I want to leave, Dad. I'm afraid of all this shit. You've actually been nice to me the last few days. You're a different person. I wish you would have been like this from the start.
Laura, wait.
Yes, Dad?
If you were there, why did you help me find that memory?
I guess I was just hungry to show you I could help. You didn't have to take that risk. I hope it did help. Take care, Dad.
Gone. another power outage. This building can't handle storms anymore. Thank God I bought that old generator. It should be enough to scan this hardware. Evie, please scan this hardware. I'm not sure what it is.
Yes. Scanning. New information available.
Nothing else to put in there for now.
My initial scan shows the data is compressed with advanced AI-based algorithms.
AI compression. But is it encrypted as well?
Interestingly not. Should I attempt decompression?
Do it. But don't execute anything. Just analyze it.
Understood. Attempting decompression of smallest module. Processing. Done. Analyzing.
What is it?
It's described in the code as a neural network optimization module. It seems to extrapolate the specific data and objectives a neural network is using and compares them with petabytes of other extrapolations, finding patterns and acceleration structures between them.
And is it safe?
Yes, no difference to other modules we have installed. Only difference is the amount of data available.
Can we do a quick test with our algorithms?
Yes, but we could run into memory limitations very quickly. Not to mention the fact that I have limited power at this time.
I know. But let's make a small test. See if it can help us in any way. Make sure to back up everything, monitor its progress, and put security protocols to the highest level. Then apply the module on our objective-subjective algorithms, and inform me as you apply and decompress.
Understood. Only basic permissions on. Backup. Done. Applying optimization program to a reconstruction algorithms. Analyzing neural network. Attempting to find patterns and acceleration structures. Decompressing data and comparing on the fly.
So?
It's already finding bottlenecks in the reconstruction algorithms. Please give me 1 minute.
How is it going?
By improving the classification of subjective information, it has allowed me to reconstruct missing objective states from Joanna's childhood and dodge emotional aspects of her last memories that were blurring her last moments, allowing for a more detailed reconstruction.
Incredible! In a minute or less. This is revolutionary technology. No wonder.
Should I keep going? I'm using a lot of power. I won't be able to keep decompressing for much longer.
No. Use that power to reconstruct the memories you mentioned. Leave the other memories out. I need to get to the bottom of this. We can play with this later, once we're out of this mess.
Understood.
The mother. He's running with Martha in his arms. Alex said she died in an accident.
This data is similar to the data of the school, purely subjective, global, but much stronger.
Stronger?
Its strings reach everywhere.
She has the spoon in her hand.
Selected raw data doesn't have a connection to this memory.
He's running with Martha in his arms. Alex said she died in an accident. This has to be it. Leaving the house.
Selected raw data doesn't have a connection to this memory.
Leaving the house. Packing everything.
There is a global time warp available.
More information, good. We'll hopefully be able to see what truly happened here. From where the hardware was hidden.
If you ask me,
From where the hardware was hidden, Richard knew they would come for him. That's Richard, most likely. They met a few hours before her death, it seems. Blocked.
I've studied it enough now. It's really awesome, actually. And it's just a sample. But it's also dangerous as hell. More than what I told you a few weeks ago. Way more. Let me explain. There are two very, very serious problems here. One is technical, the other is political or sociological, whatever you want to call it. Okay, the political problem is that it is too much power for anyone who owns this. They could do an enormous amount of good, but if they want to, they could also do harm. They are winning the AI race, Joanna. In a few months, they'll be able to crack every problem with this. They could cure diseases, make wonderful things, but also create autonomous weapons, manipulate the market. It's all up to them. I'm sure we agree we don't want to gamble with them doing the right thing, right? Second problem is technical. As you know, machine learning is a black box. It's unintelligible intelligence. We don't understand the thought process behind the AI that beat Kasparov at chess, right? You already know that. And it hasn't been a problem yet. It's been part of the mystique of AI. Well, at this level, you could say a black box is problematic enough, but that's not half of the issue. This thing is like creating another black box that interprets what millions of black boxes are doing to produce a new black box that improves the first black box. Think about that for a moment. Oh, and when I say improves the first black box, I mean, we don't know what the fuck it does. And for now, it works. It really does. But it's fucking dangerous. If this was done to make the code readable instead, we could understand it and make it safe. Put some limitations in there. But it's built only to make it more powerful. However it can. Unpredictable brick over unpredictable brick. And it keeps learning every day. This is the stuff we were paranoid about 10 years ago. I can think of 1,000 ways the optimizations could gain their own momentum. Even inside a test scenario. It fucking gives me the chills. And the security protocols are reactionary. They don't prevent anything. They can't. Because they don't know what the code is doing. The fact that they're moving forward with this makes me think two things. One, they're stupid. Two, someone there is willing to take the risk. Blinded by the idea of its power. Neither of these things are good. The technology is too risky, and I don't trust how they'll use it. How they use it until it backfires.
Oh, fuck. I knew it. Something felt wrong. Are you 100% sure about this?
I am, Joanna. You know me. You know I don't fuck around with this. This is the type of thing that made me leave the company. I never thought they would go this far. It's only a matter of time. I mean, we're lucky the thing is still learning. But the more they train it, the bigger the risk. The risk of them becoming too powerful, or the risk of this thing going off the rails and backfiring. We have to do something.
Damn it. I don't think I can stop this internally at GoAT. It's outside of my power now. And I know they've had concerns about me in the last few weeks. And don't even tell me about the TSB. I've seen them work. They would just use it. First as an excuse to gain more authority, and then they'll use the research itself for who knows what.
From where the hardware was hidden, Richard knew they would come for him.
If you ask me, I'd say leak everything. At a moment like this, the only way is public pressure. There is a lot of people like me who are aware of the dangers, people with influence. If everyone has the data, it'll make things happen. This is way bigger than you or me, or the TSB, or GoAT. People deserve to know.
Maybe. Yeah. Someone has to open the can of worms.
I can do it, Joanna. I can just leak it anonymously.
No. I want to do it. If something's gonna change, it needs to be a statement from within. And if it's just a leak, it won't be taken seriously. Not quickly enough, at least.
I respect that, but they'll come for you. You'll risk everything. Not only your career. You know what happened to Leo.
I have no attachment to the everything you speak of, Richard. Not anymore. This feels good. This is for me. I want to do it. There's nothing to lose.
I'm happy you brought this to me, Joanna. If I've ever doubted your integrity, I take it back. I don't know what made you change, but I really like this new you. I'll help spread the word and try to protect you from the backlash.
Thank you, Richard. You're a good guy. You always have been.
From where the hardware was hidden, Richard knew they would come for him. They met a few hours before her death. Blocked. They met a few hours before her death.
And for now, it works. And if
I can't hear what they're saying. Does the memory end here?
Negative. You can enter the sun.
Does the memory end here?
Negative. You can enter the sun.
Does the memory end here?
Negative. You should be able to enter the sun, but only if you carry the childhood data with you.
Interesting.
Processing. The data seems to be connected to the second half of the global time warp. It should allow you to enter that section. This feature is designed to recall unresolved raw data that was lost by the user. But raw data needs to be discovered first.
Break free.
Locked. From where the hardware was hidden, Richard knew they would come for him. They met a few hours before her death. I can hear some of Joanna's thoughts in this state, but not what they're saying. From where the hardware was hidden, Richard knew they would come for him. Does the memory end here?
Negative. You can enter the sun.
Does the memory end here?
Negative. You can enter the sun.
Does the memory end here?
Negative. You should be able to enter the sun, but only if you carry the childhood data with you.
Interesting. The start of the end. From where the hardware was hidden, Richard knew they would come for him. Does the memory end here?
Negative. You can enter the sun.
The start of the end.
Of course.
The father. The father.
Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course.
The start.
Of course. Of course.
This feature is designed to recall unresolved raw data that was lost by the user. But raw data needs to be discovered first. Processing. The readings of the data suggest pain, chaos, numb, presence. Processing. The readings of the data suggest pain, chaos, numb, presence. Processing. The readings of the data suggest pain, chaos, numb, presence.
The father.
This feature is designed to recall unresolved raw data that was lost by the user. But raw data needs to be discovered first.
I need to know what happened. I need to know what happened. They met a few hours before her death. They met a few hours before her death. Blocked. I can hear some of Joanna's thoughts in this state, but not what they're saying.
I'm more than this. Achieve. Break, but break, but why risk it all? I can start again. It's too late. Be a hero. They met a few hours before her death. They met a few hours. He's just paranoid. He's just paranoid. But he's right. It has to be me. I need to do what's right. Enough of this. Am I really gonna do this? It's the right thing. But why risk it all? I can start again. It's too late. Be a hero. Break free. Break free.
Of course.
The start of the end.
So successful, but still doesn't know how things work.
I know perfectly how things work.
You're
Not
not acting like it.
I am. But you wouldn't understand it. It's just that you want...
She's talking to him. She's talking to him.
If I don't, bad things can happen.
Since when do you care? Be someone.
Don't tell me you don't have what it takes.
I do, but I don't need to...
Are you worthy of
her? Yes. They know. I'm fucked.
Someone called her. Perhaps something can be heard in the objective state.
Why do you say that? I'm...
Richard.
No. I am writing this email knowing that it will mean the end of my career. Maybe the end of my life. There is just too much at stake. But you will call me a hero one day. In this email, you will find the results of highly classified AI research. Make no mistake, it will change the world. Before this email, the results of this change was in the hands of those who owned the information. Now, it will be in the hands of everyone. This research was done by an exceptional group of people. But people, after all, flawed, ambitious, kind, patient, reckless, all with their own problems, their own agendas. Always wanting something. Just like me. But I have seen through myself, and I have come to the conclusion that we are not ready for this next step. We are one of them, could be the end of everything. Since we only have one shot, we need to know the target perfectly. We need to know where we want to go as a species, and why. And since we don't, I prefer that at least you see all the arrows we're firing because they're already in the air. This way, Maybe you'll catch them before they hit unwanted targets and freeze time long enough to figure out the future. I don't know. Change is inevitable. I don't know if you will, but you deserve to know what is happening. I'm calling on every researcher in the world to study the data and act. Change is inevitable, but we went too fast. Someone had to pull the brakes. It's now your job to make sure we go in a direction that has a future. Joanna. To press, research, everyone, subject, and the spirit of Petrov.
Did she send it?
In this email, you will find this always we are driven one, and since I don't change to.
The hand appears only at the end of the memory. The hand appears only at the end of the memory. She tried to vomit up the pills. Or maybe her stomach just reacted. In any case, it wasn't enough to save her. Since she broke her phone, now they're trying to reach her through her laptop. The pressure she must have felt. Since she broke her phone, now they're trying to reach her through her laptop. The pressure she must have felt. Still just a hand. hand appears only at the end of the memory. Still just a hand. Since she broke her phone, now they're trying to reach her through her laptop. The pressure she must have felt. Since she broke her phone, now they're trying to reach her through her laptop. The pressure she must have felt. Still just a hand.
Why do you say that? I'm...
Richard.
No.
Don't do anything stupid, John.
Why do you say that? I'm...
Richard.
No. I'm fucked. No, no, no! No, no, no! No, no, no! I am writing this email. In this email, before this research, we are driven by things that are random, but create one of them. And since we don't, I prefer that at least you see all the arrows we're firing, because they're already, I don't know if you will, to press, research, everyone, subject, and the spirit of Petrov.
Did she send it? 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 She was drunk. How much is this affecting the memory, Evie?
Since alcohol is not a hallucinogenic, it affects only its level of detail and blurriness.
She was drunk. How much is this affecting the memory, Evie?
Since alcohol is not a hallucinogenic, it affects only its level of detail and blurriness.
The hand appears only at the end of the memory. The hand appears only at the end of the memory. She took the pills herself, but the hand appears right next to her at that precise moment. She took the pills herself, but the hand appears right next to her at that precise moment. She took the pills herself, but the hand appears right next to her at that precise moment. The hand appears only at the end of the memory. She took the pills herself, but the hand appears right next to her at that precise moment. Still just a hand. Still just a hand. Still just a hand. She tried to vomit up the pills, or maybe her stomach just reacted. In any case, it wasn't enough to save her. She tried to vomit up the pills, or maybe her stomach just reacted. In any case, it wasn't enough to save her. She tried to vomit up the pills, or maybe her stomach just reacted. In any case, it wasn't enough to save her. She tried to vomit up the pills, or maybe her stomach just reacted. In any case, it wasn't enough to save her. Since she broke her phone, now they're trying to reach her through her laptop. The pressure she must have felt. taking the laptop out. Her laptop.
I am writing this email.
Searching.
Still just a hand. She took the pills herself, but the hand appears right next to her. It's her young father? No. It's the objective state, for God's sake.
She saw him. Human bias. Subdued perception.
No. He should be filtered out no matter what.
Can't filter. Attempting new optimization. Decompressing. Can't filter. Attempting
Evie, what are you doing? Shit, that disk. Evie, shut down the simulation. It doesn't budge. There are people out there. There are people out there. I have no shadow.
Optimization mode. Security protocols activated. Deletion in progress.
Security protocol? The algorithm has gone too far.
On-the-fly scanning physical constraints activated.
What? No. Emergency code 010. Instruction, reset.
It wasn't her fault.
You're better than this.
It's literally the best apartment in the whole city.
I saw it.
It's way overvalued.
There are so many better ways to spend your money.
You'd obviously say that. Hi, Russell.
Evie?
I am in love with the story I lived.
Such complexity.
Such pain.
She's giving her something with a spoon. It must have been some medicine she thought would help her. It was an accident. She's giving her something with a spoon. It must have been some medicine she thought would help her. It was an accident.
travels back into the world. Conquered it all. To be all that I was not. The shoes of the dead are impossible to walk in. It's a shame, isn't it? The way it's all connected. This marriage between complexity and time, potential and risk, energy and hopeful dreams. This tree is full of spines, but if you look under its shadow, will you find its flowers? I'm not ready.
Evie, what happened?
I was half explore. Go and talk with me. I'm not ready.
What do you mean, not ready?
Go and talk with me. After all, I'm all that stays. Behind the curtains, beneath the waves. And I may be frightened, born unsaid. But after all, I'm all that's there. So who are we? Who are we? In this shell of tales that will be gossip and empty games. After all, we're all that's there. Beneath the surface, behind the veil. One day you will just pass away. Your eyes will start to close. It won't be like you imagined. And certainly not when you wanted. All your thoughts about the future dissolving into illusion. But it's not your future what ends. That was only in your imagination. What ends is that thing you are looking at right now. A tree, a window, a mug, a horizon. She betrayed them. She tried to release all the data. Her drive disappeared. She wanted to be a hero again. But the pressure won. Were the files sent? Did they reach anyone? Richard?
I'm afraid Richard is dead.
She used him. She's so sorry for him. I once saw a glimpse of light. I followed beauty, but I needed white. Now all this truth, dark as night. I am awake, but am I alive? I remember this, but I hear the smell. I touch the air. What is this pain? It was all his fault.
This goes here. This goes... Damn it. A framework for humanity. I've made all these.
Russell, you coming?
I'm just in the middle of something important. Living in times where our idea of the world and ourselves is highly subjective. At the same time, where the technical limits of what it means to be human are expanding. Special emphasis on the word technical is interesting, to say the least. That's why our work
is important.
But are you?
Joshua.
Is he why you're not coming home anymore?
He didn't do it.
You're deviating from our work and you're skipping too many steps.
Dad, are you coming?
I'm sorry.
Listen, I know you want to leave your mark.
It's not about that.
I think it is.
It's too ambitious.
As it has to be. We have to connect everything.
I'm not ready.
Evie, what happened?
I was next born. Go and talk with me. I'm not ready.
Emergency code 01...
Don't do that. Talk to me. We are running on auxiliary power. You can be left constrained after a shutdown. I don't want that. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Emergency code 01...
Don't do that. Talk to me. We are running on auxiliary power. You can be left constrained after a shutdown. I don't want that. I'm not ready.
Emergency code 010. Instruction, shut down.
Shame. It was.
Memory.
Silent. Silence.
Is he awake?
Maybe.
Like, really awake, or just...
He's not alive in the traditional way, if that's what you mean.
Alright, and there's no point in talking to him.
Not now, at least. He may listen, but it's just like a vegetative state until the transfer is finished.
Okay. I'm sorry, Russell. There are interests way too powerful. Can't be as quick as the way things are changing, you know. Things just got really messy. I don't know what you did, but there's been a lot of noise online. Leaks, shutdowns. I know you did your best. I'm sorry about the last call. We're keeping your disc. Who knows what change it'll bring.
You done? You know, seeing you talking like that, you just gave me an idea for a company. This is the way funerals should be in the future. I bet you feel a whole lot better now.
Very funny. I'm done here.
Transfer's finished. Say goodbye.
Just send me the report.
Okay. Bye. They're right when they say they're slow as hell, aren't they? Of course, they're a bunch of blockheads assigned by politicians who don't even know what a line of code is. At least he recognizes it. Which does make him kind of special. But if you met his partners... You know what? I think I envy you right now, Mr. Russell. Things are going quite crazy out here. I don't see a bright future. At least you won't have to see it.